friends left now in the Lost Lands.
I don't have many friends.
Me neither.
Find them.
Our power grows stronger by the day.
She has become a symbol of their defiance.
Is this the moment you've been working for?
Spoiler warning. In the Lost Lands, ending isn't just shocking, it's a lie. Buckle up because this breakdown will rewrite everything you thought you knew. The film begins in a world ravaged by destruction, blamed on the impact of a giant meteoroid. After the catastrophe, only a single small city remains, inhabited by a few survivors. These people live under strict religious control, following a powerful church led by a rigid patriarch. Obedience to the church's rules is mandatory for all. Within this city lives a mysterious witch named Gray, known for granting people's wishes. Her growing influence alarms the church, which fears that people may abandon them to join Gray's community. In response, the patriarch orders an enforcer to execute Gray publicly. She's hanged in front of the townsfolk. However, after the enforcer leaves, Gray reveals her magical powers. Gray hypnotizes one of the enforcers, making him believe he is dying. In confusion, he shoots a bullet meant for himself, but it strikes Gray's noose instead, allowing her to escape. She continues her illusion, causing the soldier to hallucinate her attacking him, prompting him to shoot again, this time accidentally killing his comrade. When the enforcer returns, he immediately kills the bewitched soldier and searches for Gray. But she remains hidden and deceives them into thinking she is gone. Gray then ambushes and kills the enforcer's remaining soldiers one by one. When she holds a knife to the enforcer's throat, he tells her to kill him, but she spares his life and disappears. The scene shifts to a man named Boyce traveling near a tunnel. He is suddenly ambushed by bandits, but a two-headed snake attacks and kills one of them. Boyce defeats the rest with impressive skill, revealing himself to be a highly capable bounty hunter. Meanwhile, Gray visits the Queen and her advisor. The Queen wants Gray to acquire the powers of shapeshifter. Gray agrees, but demands a steep price and promises to complete the task by the next full moon, just 6 days away. After leaving, the Queen's advisor warns Gray not to go through with the plan, believing it to be wrong. Surprisingly, Gray agrees, but is unable to refuse because of a curse that forces her to grant any wish asked of her. Now burdened with conflicting wishes, Gray begins her search for the shapeshifter. Using her visions, she sees that many have tried to hunt it, only to become its prey. Eventually, she loses focus when a shapeshifter attacks, breaking her magic. The scene cuts to the Queen and the ailing king. The Queen's behavior reveals she no longer cares for him, and soon, she kills him, blaming his illness. This secures her power. Gray now seeks Boyce, hoping to recruit him for her dangerous mission. She offers him a generous payment to help kill the shapeshifter, whose lair lies deep within the treacherous Lost Land. Boyce warns her of the many dangers ahead, including demons and ruined paths, but Gray is undeterred. Before they can proceed, church soldiers attack them, forcing Gray and Boyce to flee back at the church. The patriarch learns that the Queen secretly met with Gray and fears a rebellion. He commands the enforcer to capture Gray and Boyce. Meanwhile, the duo finds shelter at a friend's house in another city. There, Boyce recalls his tragic past. His parents were killed in the Lost Land, and he survived by fighting demons and other hunters. Honing his skills the next day, they arrive at a cable station to cross a gap via a cable car. As they ascend, they are ambushed by the enforcer and his soldiers. A fierce battle breaks out. Gray uses hypnosis and illusions while Boyce fights with blades and guns. Eventually, they jump onto the cable car to escape. Soldiers give chase, and Gray climbs atop the bus, fighting them off while Boyce defends from within. Realizing he's losing control, the enforcer orders the cable to be cut. The bus plummets but snags onto a rock. Gray uses her knife to climb, while Boyce struggles up the slippery rock. Just as they're about to fall, they manage to climb up. When the enforcer tries to snipe Gray, she hypnotizes him through his scope, making him believe they escaped. Boyce is badly wounded during the battle. He removes the bullet, and Gray stitches him up. Meanwhile, The queen prepares a ritual, now claiming to be pregnant with the king's heir. Her true goal is to gain more power by becoming a shapeshifter herself. Gray and Boyce reach a city plagued by demons, ghastly creatures that resemble humans but are terrifying. Boyce sets them ablaze with oil, but the demons emerge from underground, smarter and stronger than expected. As they fight, the demon leader appears. Gray hypnotizes him and orders the creatures to retreat. Then, she conjures an illusion of fire, causing the demons to burn themselves in panic. Boyce, confused, asks how Gray created the fire. She reveals she never did. It was just an illusion, and the demons were destroyed by their fear. They finally approach the Lost Land. Boyce hesitates, warning her of the danger ahead, but they're interrupted by the Enforcer's army. With no way out but a broken bridge, Gray runs across it. The Enforcer gives chase, unaware the bridge ends abruptly. He speeds up, and before he can stop, he and his army fall to their deaths. Gray leaps off the bridge and is caught by Boyce, narrowly surviving. The Patriarch, now desperate, accuses the Queen of conspiring with Gray. The Queen, in turn, seduces her advisor and uses him to kill the Patriarch and his loyalists. Gray and Boyce reach Skull River, home of the shapeshifter. The place is littered with skulls of past hunters. Boyce warns her to reconsider, but Gray begins a ritual using silver nails. She then reveals a shocking truth. Boyce is the shapeshifter. Gray knew from the start and brought him here to steal his power, which could only happen at his place of origin. As the full moon rises, Boyce transforms into a powerful wolf. In his transformed state, he attacks Gray, who fights back using illusions and hypnosis. She eventually tricks him with a massive bird illusion and strikes with her silver nails. When the moon hides behind clouds, Boyce reverts to human form, weak and unconscious. Gray chains him and explains that silver is a shapeshifter's weakness. She had implanted a silver coin into his body to weaken him further. Gray apologizes but says she is bound by debts and must kill him. Boyce, in love with her, makes one final wish for her to stay with him. Gray is torn but says all wishes come at a cost. As the moon reappears, Boyce transforms again. Gray, crying, drives a dagger into his body and kills him. The next morning, she holds Boyce's wolf skin. The people, now freed from church oppression, look to Gray as a savior. They destroy the church and begin a rebellion. Gray gives Boyce's skin to the Queen's advisor, explaining that the Queen must apply her blood to absorb its power. However, she reveals a twist. The Queen had wanted to become a shapeshifter to be with Boyce, not knowing he was the only one. The advisor had asked Gray to stop the Queen from gaining that power. By killing Boyce, Gray fulfilled both wishes. The Queen couldn't become a shapeshifter, and the advisor could have the Queen at heartbroken. The Queen mourns Boyce, remembering his words that he wanted a partner like himself. In grief, she fails to complete the ritual before sunrise. When sunlight hits the skin, it burns to ashes. In a rage, the Queen kills her advisor, GRRM, only to realize she had lost her chance to fight the uprising with his army. But there's one final twist. Boyce awakens. As a shapeshifter, his life force was bound to his skin. Since the Queen didn't use it, his life returned. He confronts Gray and asks why she betrayed him despite his love. Gray explains she foresaw everything: the Queen's desire, the advisor's love, and how they would all unknowingly save Boyce by not using the skin. All three wishes were fulfilled. Overwhelmed but relieved, Boyce realizes Gray truly cared for him. Together, they set off on their next adventure. And thus, the film concludes. Think you could survive in the Lost Lands world? Tag a friend who'd fail miserably. Winking Face, don't forget to subscribe, unless you're scared of the truth. Thanks for watching.